going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Coach Sheet Podcast. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it over here, man. Stephen A. Smith, this clown is back in the news cycle, as always, again, looking for attention. Now, I should say I was one of the biggest Ben Simmons supporters out there. And then I was on some F. Ben Simmons, right, when he went to the Clippers. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, and I felt like, for the most part, he actually mailed it in. But then when he went to the Clippers, I'm like, oh, okay, he had that really good productive game, and he looked like the old Ben Simmons of late. I was like, oh, okay, well, Ben Simmons is actually really kind of holding back on us. So now he's actually injured again, and Stephen A. Smith, I guess, has something to actually say about that. Let me get into the actual news article here, and let me get this. It says Ben Simmons calls out NBA critics for making shit up amid Stephen A.'s viral remarks over here. And it says that them making shit up, Simmons sold clutch points in a story published Monday. Like, imagine if I just said, like, name whoever and said whatever. It doesn't hold any weight, Like, where it does come from, it's just their thought is their opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. And that's all Stephen A. Smith actually really does, man. He just gives you his opinion. He's not a basketball analyst. The man never actually played any type of basketball whatsoever. Jason Whitlock actually really exposed that. Proud of him for actually doing that. And let me get back to the story. Let me not get sidetracked over here. All right, the 28-year-old also believes that negativity from the media affects the rest of the NBA. For the league, it's 100% has a negativity domino effect, Simmons said, per Azarli, because nothing's really valid now. Everyone can just say what they want, and I mean, it's what it is. That's where the world's going in terms of covering the sport. But listen, I agree with him 1,000% over here, man. People like Stephen A. Smith is actually ruining the game of basketball, man. I mean, literally him, Charles Barkley, who's the other dude, man, over here? Shaquille O'Neal, like all these old guys over here constantly trashing the sport. Say back in my days, he used to be able to throw people on the ground and it was more tough, and a lot of these old guys, like, especially, couldn't really play in today's NBA, man. I mean, they really couldn't. Maybe Barkley could, but who's the other dude? Yeah, but Stephen A. I mean, he's not really an athlete, so he's just giving really his opinions. Let me hear what he has to say over here.
I'm pretty pissed off at Ben Simmons right now. I think Ben Simmons at this particular moment is trifling as hell, and I say that respectfully because I like him. I remember last year he came up to me and really opened up and expressed himself, but I really appreciated that. But I have a problem with him for it. He's talking before he actually does. This brother has been basketball's version of Mr. Irrelevant for the last 2 years. And you know what I noticed about Ben Simmons? He always makes sure he gets his money. He's never so disillusioned or foggy that he forgets when that check gets deposited. Sitting on a bench.
All right, so listen, injuries are part of the game, right? It's any level of basketball that you actually play. Rec ball, men's leagues, church leagues, you play in the park, any level of basketball, D1, D2, Division III, you can actually injure yourself just practicing, right? I mean, it's all part of the game. Injuries is actually always been part of the game there, man. His favorite player, Michael Jordan, broke his leg, right? Larry Bird had a bad back. I mean, all of these guys, especially in today's NBA, right? These guys, injuries are part of the actual game over there, man. All right, so then Ben Simmons responds and says, basketball is my life. I don't want to play. All right, we know. Basically, he's saying, all right, so, and my thing is to respond to all this. I mean, Ben Simmons is a 3-time All-Star. You don't actually get to that type of level, without really loving the game somewhat. But then Ben Simmons, right? Now, you make Stephen A. Smith's point when you don't work on your shooting. I mean, there's other parts of your game that you can actually work on. Um, so and you know, kind of Stephen A. is really kind of like right about that. And you know, Stephen A. Smith questions his love for the game. All right, so listen, he's in a contract year, right? So he's he's not. Let me see. He he should be playing more, right? I mean, he's not playing as many games right now. He's really hurt. So I would say at this point the injuries are actually real. So we've seen guys like in contract years, right? I can give you a bevy of players, you know, like Kawhi Leonard, right? He was injured, and then when it's time for his contract, I mean, he suits up, he's ready to play, and he gets his money. Then all of a sudden he's hurt again. I mean, I can go back into history, man. A lot of players are like this, man. When it comes to their contract, I remember Darren Williams. I mean, he played his ass off to get his $98 million contract, and then once he got that money, then you know Kenyon Martin, same thing, right? He got $100 million contract back in the day. So I just want to like let you guys know is this is not just about today's players. It's you know a lot of times it's always been like that for the last 25, 30 something years, man. So the fact that Ben Simmons is not really able to go in a contract year means that he's probably really hurt. He's really injured, and I don't know why anybody listens to Stephen A. Smith, man. ESPN is actually really wasting their money. I mean, they, you know, like these positions on TV should be like the presidency or like a congressman. Like every 2 years or every 4 years, right? You rotate these guys out. We get to vote as fans on who the hell we want to actually hear. Because like with Stephen A. Smith, you are not getting any kind of value whatsoever when you're not learning anything, right? He's just a mouthpiece, you know, and he has all you guys fooled, you know, because he raises his voice and he actually yells and screams, man. All right, let me wrap this video up, man. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, certainly share the video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.